Season 29 is about to drop. Let's begin. Welcome back everyone, let's talk about what we're getting this week because we're getting quite a bit of important content. So first of all, I want to wish you guys a happy Halloween. I hope that you guys are going to dress up in some costumes, and I think I'll be doing a stream later on tonight to celebrate this. I also wanted to quickly mention that I believe there is an event that's happening on a website that NetEase has created that's called the Halloween Night Black Cat Challenge event. I haven't actually participated in it, but make sure that you kind of scan the QR code that's on that post that they made on Twitter so you can participate in it. I'm unsure what the rewards are. Anyway, so what we're getting this week is we're getting the Ashes of Memory Part 2, the long-awaited second part of the storyline that we got quite a while ago at this point. By logging in during this event, you'll be able to receive 10 essences for the next season's essence, that's Season 29 Essence 1. Those are kind of free rewards, along with a new story event that we're getting that will presumably include characters such as journalist, novelist, fool's gold, entomologist, prospector, and composer. It feels like Composer hasn't been heavily marketed in this part, so he might only be like a minor piece in this story. He might like get eliminated very early on in the storyline, because I can imagine that it's going to talk about some of the kind of matches that occur after they met each other, and I'm assuming that Prospector will be introduced as a character, and then there'll be some reason why he becomes the Fool's Gold in that match. If you complete the story event, you'll be able to receive a special S tier skin for Prospector called the Orphan of Goetia. That's a very fancy skin indeed. There's a new map that's coming along with this event that's called the Krayberg Racecourse. This is something that I've covered in one of my previous streams. If you want to go and check out some of the features of that map, the weird cipher machine in the middle and stuff like that, then make sure you watch that stream. There is going to be multiple event token events. There's going to be a time-limited exclusive match mode. Unsure what that's going to include. There's going to be the Krayberg Racecourse photo mode. It looks like you go around taking photos of things. It seems to be one of the usual Identity 5 go and find stuff around the map kind of things. And there's going to be the White Steed of Memory event. That seems to be a horse racing event where you have to pick up things on the racetrack. All three of these events will probably reward us with event tokens that will be able to be used in the event token store that will give you tons of cool rewards, including an entomologist B tier skin that is the skin from the first part of Ashes of Memory, what she looks like in that event, the Fool's Gold A tier accessory that looks like a dynamite piece or something like that, an event portrait frame, and 3 event portraits that are based on the characters from part 1, an emote for journalist, novelist, and also for composer, 3 dishes that are different kind of soup bowls, or I don't really know what they are, 2 furniture pieces, of which one of them is like a bonfire. I don't really know what that has to do with the thing. I guess it could be part of part 2. I don't really know. And a B tier label, although they haven't told us which one it is. As I mentioned before, Fool's Gold is going to be a major part of the Ashes of Memory Part 2 story event, and of course we are getting him this week. We're getting him available, of course, only in the Essence. You won't be able to purchase him in the store just of yet, but he will be available for people to play. They have made some small adjustments to his abilities since they announced him. They've changed some of the cooldowns, stuff like that. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but his ability to be able to throw a pickaxe at a wall and break it and then retrieve it to make an earthquake at that wall where he threw it is his main strategy. As I just mentioned, we're also getting Season 29 Essence 1 available that will bring along the S tier skin for Fool's Gold called Infernal Sin. Very fantastic looking skin. I believe they've released what the animations are for it and stuff like that. There's going to be an A tier skin for Dancer called Mystic Flame and an A tier skin for Naiad called Demon Bane. All of these skins are fantastic, and I need to say that the S tier skin for Prospector is also themed around this essence. That's not the only thing that's coming with Season 29, because we're also getting the Logic Path for Season 29 that brings along Violinist's A tier skin, Unbridled Romance. So if you want to get that A tier skin, it is very, very cool, along with its accessory and portrait frame themed around that skin. The new rank season also begins this week with Season 29 Rank Rewards, including the S tier accessory for Barmaid called Mystical Mixers. As of the time of recording, they still haven't announced what the effects are going to be, but I can imagine either today or tomorrow after I finish recording stuff, they will probably post something about what they are going to be. I'm especially excited about the A tier accessory for Undead called Mechanical Arm, and there's also going to be an A tier accessory for Gardener called The Secret that I'm also curious to see what the effects are going to be for it. Maybe more than I am for the Mystical Mixers one. Last week I mentioned that there are going to be some adjustments coming soon for Mind's Eye, Mercenary, Seer, Opera Singer, Violinist, Toy Merchant, and Novelist. I believe I might be missing someone, but you know, anyway. These adjustments were going to be added at the beginning of Season 29, but they've also made some extra adjustments, some extra buffs and some nerfs for those characters due to them being in the test server and people testing out all of the changes. Novelist is going to have some changes where his metaphor range is going to be increased from 10.1 to 11 meters status. Hunters can now move after 0.3 seconds after Metaphor is activated, and the cooldown, I believe, for Metaphor has been reduced from 20 seconds down to 8 seconds, so that's a massive change there. Not really sure why. Fool's Gold's pickaxe recovery first damage has been changed from 0.5 to 0.38 milliseconds. His pickaxe flying speed has been changed from 33.73 meters per second to 42.2 meters a second. The stone duration, where he has the flowing rock, has been changed from 30 to 20 seconds of how long it will exist for, and the immediate collapse now has a 20-second cooldown. And Opera Singer has had a change to her Shadow Leap, where her cooldown is now increased by 1 extra second. As of today, the day of release of this video, Sia's character day is today, so that is Halloween, so you guys will have that this week. And maybe today, since it's Halloween, we might see Red Church Halloween map added to the game just for a couple of days so we can celebrate Halloween on the normal Halloween Red Church map. How about some stuff that's coming from the future? Well, we've had a beautiful skin revealed to us that a lot of people are excited about, and that is Psychologist A-tier Deduction Star costume. This skin hasn't actually been announced as a name, they've just given us the arts for it. They usually give you the art and the name of these skins, but they seem to be hiding it. Maybe they're trying to work out if they're allowed to call it Juliet, but it looks like it's going to be based on Romeo and Juliet. But it's weird that they haven't told us the name yet. They could just be working out translations for it. I don't know. We know that on November 9th, we're getting a second part to the Ashes of Memory thing, where we're going to get a special game mode. That is the one that we talked about last week. That's the Darkwoods Embers Rekindled event that has 4 different difficulty levels, similar to the Timer Reunion event where you had to kite the AI Nightmare. If you complete this event, you'll be able to get special event tokens that you'll be able to spend in the event store that I talked about at the beginning of this video, that you'll be able to use to get the Etymologist skin and the accessory and stuff like that. But this event is going to be very exciting. I can imagine this week they'll give us some trailers for it or something like that. And extra kind of rumors from IDV Clue on Twitter. There are rumors that Spanish language is being worked on for Identity V, so Spanish players will finally be able to play the game in their native language. There are so many Spanish players. There are also a ton of Russian players. I'm not really sure why they haven't really worked on a Russian language version of it yet, considering that most of the Europe server is actually just Russian. But anyway, I don't really know what's going on there. They might not just be adding Spanish, they might be working on multiple languages. NetEase does like to do things in big chunks, so I don't really know. A lot of people are coming back to Identity V right now, as it is the Halloween event, and of course Ashes of Memory Part 2 is a big story event. You might be having some issues with your ping in Identity V, so watch the video that's on the screen right now if you want to help improve your ping, or maybe even just fix it completely.